Hey there, my friend and fellow trader. It's Will here over to XAUUSD.com. First of all, welcome to the video and welcome to March 2019. First 2 months of the year have flown in and it's been a nice couple of months trading so far. So today's video, my friend, is the monthly analysis. So I'm just going to go through the currency pairs, starting off with the US dollar. We're just going to see what kind of opportunities are happening long term using my long-term trading strategy and the full the MacBot system. Okay, if you want to learn more information about my systems and strategies, you can click the link below. This is my price action Udemy course strategy, but look at the higher time frames. Okay, so we're just going to start off on the dollar. We always want to see where the dollar is going because dollar is king, and it kind of gives us a perspective of where other currency pairs are likely to be going over the month. Okay, so just gonna look at the monthly first. Okay, so you can see where trend direction is up just based on my wee trend scanner there, and it's been moving up nicely here. Next monthly zone really is up here. We had this small leg up here, which had this leg up here, had this area here that broke this trend line on the monthly and has come back up to test this monthly area. Actually tested it here and popped back down, but this is technically classed as a monthly zone, basically because we had this leg up and price broke down through the trend line and has come back up to test it. So this is a block at the minute on the monthly. Okay, so I'm just going to highlight this area on the monthly. This caused this to come back up to test it. Okay, and we'll see if there's any weekly areas there over the next month. Okay, so we'll just zoom out here. So just make sure it's highlighted. Okay, so we'll see that in the weekly. So I'm going to see a new zone created here. This is the zone in charge here. We're getting a reverse divergence to the upside. So this month we could likely see further gains on the US dollar. Okay, so you can see it's come down to test this. This is getting reaction. Usually we're moving, it's creating higher highs, higher high, comes down to test it. So this is likely to pop back up and create a higher high. It's just reacting to this area here. So this month could see possible further gains on the US dollar. Longer term. But if you've got a weekly area here, then these weekly areas up here, and in the monthly area, which is up around 101. Okay, it looks like it's kind of looking to retrace. You can see this is the kind of monthly area it's hit here. So still trending up to me because this low here wasn't taken out. This here low caused this new high. Comes down to test the low, caused the new high here. Likely to break up through here. You get a small reaction, and we're looking at continuing higher move on the dollar up towards 101. Okay, that's only if it takes out this high here. We're moving up higher. Okay, so dollar index, weekly and monthly's both up, so we're looking still bullish on the dollar. Okay, and this week we have the NFP. So at the minute, trade wise, longer term, I'd wait for this. Would have been the good trade here. This is where you would have want to be getting here in a 4-hour signal. Okay, so 4-hour daily signal. Price comes down, moves back up. So you can see the divergence here. Price pops up and This would have been a manual entry, comes back down but doesn't create a near low. This would have been a great entry to get back in on this move up now. Okay, so what we're going to have to do here longer term is wait for another entry, wait for it to see what happens here. That was new levels created, comes down to test the new zone and likely to pop up and create a new high. So this month I'm kind of see what happens this week with bullish on the US dollar index. Okay, the euro, the US, sorry, the dollar should gain strength this month. Okay, but it has to break out of that zone like we said. So next is USD Swiss or USD Japanese yen. Okay, so you can see since 2016 we've kind of been just ranging between this green and orange zone. It's come back up to test the 114. You had this test more or less at this zone here of the flash crash down to the bottom of this area here. Tested, so likely to continue up higher this month up towards 114,500, so up towards the top of this zone. Trade wise, so yeah, so 114 would be a good selling opportunity. 113, 114, up around here. So you can write that down this month. Just look for USD JPY to head around 114 or coming into the 113 areas, and it'll be good to start looking for selling opportunities. Okay, but first few weeks, still another couple of hundred pips to go. US dollar CAD. Okay, so let's have a look at this. You've had this monthly area here that had the reactions, comes back down, and it tests the area that caused the high into this area. So this swing low caused this swing high, comes back down to test this area that caused this swing high into the zone. Test it, and we're getting a nice reaction from there. So this is likely to, again, bullish dollar. Looking at the weekly, we're talking up around 136. Okay, this is looking very bullish. See, it's come down to test this monthly area. It's kind of weekly area here within the monthly. Nice reaction last week, especially on Friday. Friday, I think. Yeah, as you can see, a huge move on Friday from news in Canada. The news really just helps with the higher time frame targets. So a nice move this month up towards 136. So you can buy in dips. It's been a great buy last week. Okay, so you can buy US dollar CAD on dips when new zones are created. And to learn how I analyze zones, you can access one of my courses via the links below, or just access the full MacBot system. Okay, so next one is USD Swiss franc. So I'm just going to change this from to the full. Okay, so this is a trade I had given you. If you're on my email list, this was a nice trade that really happened a few weeks ago that I gave. You can see it was up towards this area here. We'll just zoom in the monthly. So kind of this area here comes up to test it. And if you look at the weekly, last week we finally got to hit the second easy target, or the second target, which was here, last area that caused the last high, and this leg up. Price swing high, swings low to test it, and again bullish dollar. This is a nice bullish candle last week, and it was pretty I think it was Thursday this drop happened. The signal we got a few weeks ago was up here with this signal, and it dropped a nice, you're talking 150 pips from the signal we gave a few weeks ago. And hits this daily zone inside a weekly, and likely to continue higher for the next couple of weeks. So we'll see what happens on it. It is coming towards this kind of monthly range area here, so I wouldn't be looking to maybe only short-term buys and looking to be selling up around 101 and 102 areas. Okay, so I'll just let it go till it gets up towards 101 and 102 and start looking for selling opportunities. Euro USD, again I have to take this off. The day trading system, sorry guys. Okay, Euro USD monthly. Okay, see we're just moving sideways here since September last year, past 6 months. This kind of it's a kind of weekly area hasn't been really going anywhere the past 6 months. Just been moving sideways. Do call this accumulation, getting ready for a buy. So the market's just moving sideways after a drop in price. So we're in a period of accumulation, and could be getting ready for a buy, but at the minute it's good to sell around 114, inside the 114, and buy around the 112 or 113 areas. Okay, you can see around 112 here, so it's just ranging at the minute. The way this is setting up, this could start plummeting down to reach this last target down here. The only time that will be confirmed is if this area is broken out, and you can see we've got a few weekly areas on the way back down, i.e. here and here. And we also have this, if you look at the unfilled gap area, they do tend to get filled over time. Okay, so we'd have to break down through here and then continue lower. Alternatively, a break above, really a close above this area here this month, 114,600, 114,700 area, or close above 115 would be a resumption of this up move, and a test of 121, 122 would be possible. Okay, so at the minute it's just accumulating inside this range, anticipating a breakout. So what we'll just wait for the breakout and wait for a retracement back to the breakout area, and then we can look to get in on the move. But at the minute it's good for day trading or short swing trading. Euro Aussie, okay, it's been pumping up the past week. Just look at what you can see. Monthly, kind of at this kind of area here, it hasn't really got any higher than this since 2015. It's playing here. Could be anticipating a breakout move from this kind of area here. Make sure it's black for me. Okay, so this could be getting ready for a breakout up higher, and if it breaks out towards up here, we already had this, see from the spike, this was taken out, this took out really this area here, took it out. So this starts to break out, a close really above this line. We've drawn there at 161, so close above 161, 161,500. We're looking for could be a nice rally on the Euro Aussie. Alternatively, doesn't close. This is looking like it doesn't close, really it doesn't close above this. You're looking long term, playing it down towards here. This month, again, looking at the weekly. This weekly you're likely to get a test of this area here in the weekly. So this week, this month, expected to rally for the first couple of weeks, and then after that we could get a and move back down. But it closed above 161,500 or 162, and we're looking for a very bullish move. This week, bullish up towards test this red zone here. Okay, Euro Swiss franc. Just zoom out there. Euro Swiss franc on the monthly. Okay, just moving sideways in the monthly. Weekly, nothing really happening, so it's really anyone's game. There's a no man's land there at the minute, so I'm not really looking to, it would be something to just flick past and come back and look at it another time. Euro. See, I've got a sell limit back up in there, but Euro. British pound, we've finally come down to hit this monthly area here that caused this last high. Comes down to test it last week, dropped into it, and let's highlight this on the monthly. Okay, we're down in the test this area. Weekly, so it hits a monthly. Trying to test this weekly area here. So I am expecting this to come back in up here this month. So we could see till any really clear news on the Brit exit happens, maybe after the voting 14th of March. For the meantime, it's just hit this monthly and weekly inside the monthly. So expect next week could drop a little bit more into it, but expect it to start retracing back up until any clear direction on the Brit exit comes out. EuroCAD, so you can see we've had a nice pop up on Friday from this trade from a weekly area here with a nice arrow. Let's look at the monthly. So this was your monthly area here that it tested. So it comes down to test it, rallies back up, comes down to test it again. So again, it's just moving sideways. This month, I'm liking a move back up towards 157. Okay. Next week, it should, after that big bullish candle on Friday, that's really confirming that it's looking to test this price zone here around 154. So next week could be looking like a good buying opportunity. But all these wee daily zones here, this small area here will get tested first, then this area. So expect wee bumps, wee price bumps here, and then a break up through to test these higher areas up here. So EuroCAD bullish this month. Euro JPY, so this is lining up for a good selling opportunity right now. So I'm just going to move this. I'm just going to zoom in on this for you. So this kind of small area here, though the box is drawn here, but this is the area here that caused this low here. Looking at the weekly. Not too far off it. You can see the weekly area inside this monthly. So another 30-40 pips. I'd actually start looking for divergence signals on the daily and the 4 hour now. Nothing happened on the daily yet, so it could pop up just a little bit more. This here is your kind of kill zone here. We're looking to sell around 127,900. So I'm just waiting for some divergence signals to happen on it. Okay, so allow it to pop up a little bit more. After that, look to sell around 127, 800, 900 on divergence signals. Okay, Euro Kiwi. Euro Kiwi, let's have a look at this. I've got this monthly area here that's in control. Let's just come down to test it. Just have a look. So it's just come down to test this monthly area here. You see, that's where the market's pausing. And it's paused, broke down. This was a trend, a huge trend line down here. If we look at the weekly, I'll just explain this. Okay, so we had this leg down here. Had this leg down. This new area here that was created. This new area here that was created broke the trend line. Price comes back down. This here broke this leg. Sorry, this impulse up broke this move down here, broke the leg. Comes back down. Test it, and you can see we're getting nice slowing of momentum down into the deep into this area. And if you look at the daily and the weekly, you can see last week we were getting nice signals here inside that area to go back up. So looking at this, continue to move higher. Possible test this week of 169 zone here, and then we've just been ranging here for quite a bit. You could see us heading back up towards this monthly area here and just ranging in between here for a little bit. But over the next coming weeks, bullish this week up towards 169, 170 area, and then a further move up into 173. And once it gets up this higher, up this area here, you can look to sell. The trade actually happened last week on this. So it did move down, but you can see the signals we're getting. It's very nice to move up higher. So Euro Kiwi, bullish. Let's have a look at the British pound. Huge pop up last week from Brexit news. Again, going with the, if you just look at, just take this off. Okay, this is kind of a nice monthly move here. We've had this huge leg down. This was the actual area here that caused the break of the trend line. Price comes back down, slowing the momentum. You can see the nice wicked candles coming down into the area, slowing the momentum to get the test off this area here. Okay, so looking at the monthly this month, you see we're starting to get a small reaction here. These highs here, now this spinning candle here, if you can see it here, these spinning candles are pauses in the market after a move down. Okay, so we've had this move down, a pause in the market, so I'd classify this as a zone. So market pauses, pops down, creates a new low. Okay, so we're going to get some reaction here. That's where the market is starting to slow down. Okay, so the market's slowing down here. 132. We're just going to have a look at the weekly here, see what's likely to happen over the coming weeks. Okay, so see if we're moving sideways here. Price actually pops up to test this kind of weekly area here also inside that monthly, and closes back down in between this here. Okay, so this candle here and this close back down into this kind of area here. See these highs, closes back down. Next week it could be class of breakout, but just looking at it here, it's just testing this here area here, not this one, this kind of higher up area. It's just hit it, took this area out. This area has already been tested, so I'll show you what I mean here. So this was the area that was in control here that caused this new low. Price comes up to test it and brings the testing back down and move back down. Okay, so see it was holding. It's holding nicely, second touch, third touch. But you have this just level above it. That price was actually popping up the test last week. So here, this area here caused this low. This tested, and then moves back down. So this is coming up just to hit it. Let's close back in. So we could see a further bullish move on the British pound, but next week let's just see where we could be moving to. Okay, so target to get back in on this move back up. This was the last high it was taken out on Friday. Comes down to test it. So nice bearish candle. So could expect another 80 pip, 100 pip move back down. But this kind of daily area in around this area here, 130 to 131 is a good area to get back in on this move up on the pound. So I'd let the pound just drop a little bit further down towards 131 or the 130 area, and look at the 4-hour charts and start looking for redivergent entries. Okay, or go to a lower time frame. Just redivergence is the opposite of divergence. Okay, this kind of signal here. Okay, so let it drop a little bit more into this. This is kind of the kill zone here, where I'll be looking to buy back in on this. British pound Aussie. Okay, you can see a nice monthly move up towards the Brit exit area. Okay, so you can see it's slowly making its way up, and expecting this here is a very easy one to look at. I'd look to be selling this around 191, 192. This is a huge monthly area. Okay, this area is going to be blown out over the next couple of weeks. British pound Aussie. Two lovely weekly areas inside that Brit exit monthly zone here. So prices just coming back up to test there over time. It took a couple of years, but these are great selling opportunities once it gets up to around 192 and the $2 mark. Okay, so just let this next week or so. But actually, there is a huge potential to get back in on this to the upside. So let's look if we can get back in on this move back up. Okay, so what we're going to look for possible areas where we could get back in. Okay, you can see this daily area that caused this last high. Also the last high that was taken out, the last area here that was taken out. So this week we could get what's likely to happen. What I'm expecting to happen is a bit of a move down, maybe 250 pips down to this line here, around 184. Between 183 and 184 is the kill zone, the buy back in for the British pound Aussie. So over the next week, expect it to sell off a little. You can see we're getting some signals here, but this kind of area here is a nice area to get looking back in on the buy moves, on the buy side on the British pound Aussie. So just let it come down, and this is a huge potential for a 1,000 pip move if you can get back in around 183, 184 area. So this week just let it come down a bit and buy on the dips. Buy on the dips in around here. British pound, Swiss franc. Okay, so we're hitting this monthly area here. It's been moving sideways since 2016, really since the Brit exit. See, we have the Brit exit level here. Again, all these pound moves are really subject to any news with Brit exit, but coming up to test this monthly here, and this is the monthly right at the area here. So I'm expecting this to rally up, continue just up higher this month. So up towards 136. British pound, yen. Okay, just let me take these other indicators off. Don't know why they're on it. Okay. Okay, so this is looking like a nice selling opportunity in the British pound. nice 300-400 pip move could be expected on this. Okay, so just look at the monthly. Okay, so we're actually at this monthly area here now. Okay, so let's come up to test it. This week we had a huge pop up this week, and looking at the weekly, we're inside this weekly, inside this monthly. Okay, come up to test it this week, and Friday we've got a kind of a spinning top candle there. Don't really go off candlestick patterns, but you can see spinning top on Thursday, then a nice pin bar push back down. This is we've got a bit of selling interest here in the market, and everything is pretty overbought on this pair. And next week or so, we could see a nice move back down. Okay, to see this high here that was taken out at 144, I think. Yeah, so you can see we've got an area at this kind of level that was taken out. Okay, so we've had this huge chop. We're getting a sell off here. So this is a nice move back down for about 300 pips, and we are starting to get divergence signals on this, the 1 hour. So this is a nice selling opportunity for the next week or two, especially this week. Maybe pop up a little bit more, could pop up a little bit higher, but eventually it's going to make its way back down towards 144, and that'll be a good buying opportunity to go back in on the monthly, to head up towards the monthly area at 153. So short term sell, long term would be a nice buy. British pound CAD, similar story. We're approaching this monthly area now. Here we're at the weekly inside the monthly. There's a pretty strong impulse into it, which is sometimes a good sign. So we could get a nice sell-off here this week on it, but there's no divergence signals yet. So I'm looking for a divergence signal. We've got a weekly inside a monthly, so a nice sell-off into this area. But this has already been tested, and pretty weak bounces off it, not too strong. So the weaker the bounce, the weaker the level. Okay, so you can see a bounce here and a bounce here. The first bounce was pretty strong. The second bounce was a bit weaker. So hindsight of a short-term sell-off, then a longer-term buy up towards 182. I don't know why it looks like that. If it come back. Okay, monthly. We're at this monthly area here that caused this leg down. It's coming in to sell it. Like the short-term pound trades are likely to be good sales. This British pound. You can see we've got this nice monthly area here, and this is actually the test the Brit exit area, more or less here, but it hasn't just hit it yet. Okay, just testing it, and let's just see if there's any weekly areas inside this. Not really, so this could continue up a little bit higher long term, up towards the $2 mark. Let's look at the Aussie USD monthly. Okay, just looking, you can see from this, let's test this zone here. Not much of an impulse move there, so it's kind of been ranging from here since 2015 on the Aussie. It's coming down to test this from the flash crash zone. So at the minute, not too sure of this. Long term, I'm liking a buy. So I could start positioning yourself in a buy trade here. But just let it dip a little bit further this week, maybe down towards the flash crash daily zone here at 70. So look for buys around 70 area, 69.70. Okay. Aussie Kiwi, another one to look at. Okay, we're at this monthly area here. It's been ranging from here since 2014. So this here one's good to buy. Look to buy long term and hold. Okay, anywhere. If you could, this is actually a good trade to buy right now. I'll just hold it. Okay, so Aussie Kiwi, look to buy. One more pair, the Kiwi USD monthly. Expect to move back down towards this monthly area here. Yeah. Okay, so it's kind of been very, very choppy here. Yeah, so expect it to continue back down and look to buy around this kind of 65 area. Okay, so that's the outlook for this month. I will continue to post weekly trade analysts for weekly trades, but there's a huge amount of information there, guys, and it's all free on how I read the markets and how to read price action. Okay, so very powerful. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you want to access my system, my most powerful system is the MacBot Pro system, which is basically this, and it's 95% automated. Plus you get 4 weeks worth of coaching with it, one-on-one with me. You can click the link below. If you have any questions regarding it, let me know at will@xaus.com. And yeah, happy trading, and let me know how you get on this month. And don't forget, trading carries risk, so trade at your own risk. The views in this video are my views only and not for trading recommendations. So that's just the legal part out of the way. So hope the video helps, guys. Go through it a few times and I shall speak to you soon.